Hi. I'm not here to scare anyone. I just want someone to believe me. Because after what I found in that room, I don't trust walls anymore, or beds, or quiet nights. My name's Kevin. I'm 35. A few months ago, I moved into a guest house behind a Victorian estate outside of Philadelphia. It was cheap, fully furnished. The owner said no one had lived there in over a decade. I asked why. She just said, "It's been." Reskin then smiled too long. I should have walked away. Instead, I moved in. The guest house was strange. Not filthy, just stale. Like the air had been sitting there, waiting. But the weirdest thing was the bed. A massive, wooden thing. Four-poster, carved legs, clearly antique. And the mattress was bolted in place. I mean literally nailed down with thick, rusted spikes across the corners and sides. I asked the owner why. She said, "Old beds creak. It's to keep it quiet." That made no sense. But I let it go. The first night was fine. Second night, I woke up at 2:42 a.m. No noise, no light, just the feeling that I wasn't alone. I looked around, empty, but the bed felt wrong. Like something beneath me was shifting, not moving, just repositioning. I told myself it was old springs, but the next day I noticed something. One of the nails was missing, gone, no sign of it, no mark on the floor. That night I heard the creak, not from the frame, from inside the bed, like weight shifting. I tapped the surface. Solid. But the sound underneath, it was breathing. I slept on the couch. Next morning, 2 more nails gone. By the 4th night, I couldn't sleep. I tried to lift the mattress. Wouldn't budge. But from the bottom corner, something moved, pushed up just a little from inside. And I swear, I saw the impression of fingers. Like something was pressing against the fabric. 5 perfect indentations. Then, gone. I called the owner. She didn't answer. I left a message. "Hey, I think someone's inside the bed." Her reply, hours later, chilled me. "Don't talk to it. That's how it hears you." Talk to what? The bed. That night, I left all the lights on. Put heavy books across the mattress. Stacked furniture around the posts. Then I heard it. Scratching. Soft. Rhythmic. Like nails dragging in slow circles. Then a whisper. From underneath me. My name, Kevin. Drawn out. Dry. As if from a throat that hadn't spoken in years. I ran outside. Slept in my car. In the morning, the books were all on the floor. The bed was fine. And all the nails were back. Like it had never been touched. Except for one difference. The pillow had a deep, sunken shape. Like a head had been resting there all night. But I hadn't been in the bed. So who, or what, had? I tried to leave. I packed everything, drove to a friend's house in Jersey, and told him the truth, or at least part of it. He laughed. Said I was overworked, paranoid. Told me to sleep it off in his guest room. I tried. But at 3:12 a.m., I woke up gasping, heart racing, cold sweat, and this awful weight in my chest. Like something had been sitting on me. There was no bed in his room. Just a futon on the floor. But when I looked down, there were 5 long scratch marks across my stomach. Not bleeding. Just red. Fresh. Like fingers had pressed too hard. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I checked my bag before leaving. The camcorder. I hadn't packed. The one from the guest house was sitting inside it. Turned on. Recording. I never brought it. I never even touched it again. But it was there, showing live feed. From inside the guest house bedroom, the bed was in the frame. Nailed shut still, I slammed the trunk, left without saying goodbye. And like an idiot, I went back. Why? Because I had to see it again. Because it wasn't just following me, it was anchored to me. When I walked in, the house was silent, dead silent. I checked the room. Nothing moved. Until I saw the mirror. It had fogged over. Just a patch in the center, like someone had exhaled on the glass. And inside that fog, 5 claw marks had been drawn down the surface. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the floor, flashlight on, recording the bed. For hours, nothing happened. Then, just after 2:30 a.m., I saw it. The nails, one by one, pulling themselves out, not flying, not loud, just sliding out, slowly, like being drawn from the wood by invisible hands. Then the boards creaked, lifted, and something unfolded from the dark. I didn't see its full form. Just limbs. Too many limbs, joints bending the wrong way. A mouth neared what should have been its stomach, opening silently. And then, it stopped mid-emerge. As if it noticed me watching. It raised its head, no eyes, no face. Just that same gaping hole, and it whispered. But I heard it clear. I waited long. You left early. Then it slid back down. The boards settled. The nails rolled across the floor. And stopped at my feet. One of them was still warm. I called the owner the next day. Screamed into the phone. Begged her to tell me what it was. Her voice was tired. Almost sympathetic. She said, "It was sealed for years. You woke it. You let it learn your name." I asked what it wanted. She didn't answer. Only said, "You don't have to sleep in the bed. You just have to sleep somewhere." That night, I stayed awake. Tried. Failed. Drifted off around 3. When I woke up, I wasn't on the floor. Tucked in. Blanket smooth. Pillow damp. And on the ceiling, scratched into the plaster above me. Finally. Since that night, I haven't left the house. I've tried. I reached the front door. But I always find myself back in the bedroom. It doesn't happen instantly. It's worse than that. I'll be driving, walking, mid-conversation, then blink. And I'm standing at the edge of the bed. Sometimes holding a nail, sometimes not. The mattress is no longer nailed down. Not even pretending. Now it breathes, soft, rising and falling, like lungs beneath fabric, at even size. And I swear, it's warm. Like it remembers bodies. Like it remembers me. I called the police once. Told them someone was hiding in the house. They came. Walked through. Smiled politely. Told me the place was empty. As they left, one of them turned to me and said, quietly, under his breath, "It likes you." Then walked away like nothing happened. I stopped reaching out after that. I started recording myself at night. Each morning, I watched. And each morning, it got worse. First, just small things. Twitches, murmurs. Me speaking in my sleep. Whispering things like, "I remember the dark. It fits now." One more night. Then came the blackouts. I'd find scratches on the walls. Furniture moved. Windows open. I'd wake up with dirt under my nails. But the bed was always perfectly made. One morning, I found footage I didn't remember shooting. Me, staring into the lens. Smiling. Saying, "You don't need all of you to be you." Then I blinked. and the eyes that opened weren't mine. Too wide, too still. And the video ended with a close-up of the mattress. Empty, then a cut. Now it showed a different version of the room. Everything reversed like a mirror. And in that mirrored room, I was still asleep, but not alone. Something curled beside me, holding me, breathing into my neck, not watching, not waiting, living. It had found a place, and it was comfortable. The final frame, just a sentence burned into the static. Sleep long enough, and it will answer in your voice. I've stopped recording, stopped resisting, because I don't know if I'm the dream anymore, or the dreamer. Sometimes I'll hear it laugh when I look in the mirror. Sometimes I'll wake up already mid-sentence, saying things I don't understand. Last night, I bit down on something in my sleep. Woke up, choking. It was a nail. Rusted, still warm. Now I'm tired. I can feel it, folding itself into me, replacing things, breathing with my lungs, smiling with my teeth. So if you ever find a bed that's nailed shut, don't ask what's underneath. Don't sleep near it. And for the love of God, don't give it your name. Because once it has that, it never has to leave the bed. You do. Thanks for watching, Whispered Ghosts. If this story kept you awake tonight, that's good. Because the moment you sleep, it remembers your voice. Like, share, subscribe, and whatever you do, don't turn your back on the bed. Good night.